Hello guys, welcome back. In this video we are going to learn, or we are going to solve the problems based on the consistency, unique solution or no solution, infinitely many solution, to find out whether, to determine whether system has unique solution, no solution, infinitely many solution, or whether it is consistent or inconsistent. Fine. So we have taken here three problems. Fine. Starting with the first problem is that 2x plus 3y equal to y, 6x plus 5y equal to 1. So you have to remember one thing is that it should be in the form a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0 and a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0. Fine. So you have to check it is in the form of this or not. Now this thing we can say a1 is nothing but 2, b1 is 3 and c1 is 7. And what about this thing? One more thing you have to remember, c1 is not 7, it is not positive because it is on the right side. You have to shift this to the left side also. So for taking the first question, so 2x plus 3y minus 7 equal to 0 you have to write. Then 6x plus 5y minus 11 equal to 0 you have to write. Now you can see here c1 will be minus 7 and c2 will be minus 11. So you have to shift the constant terms towards the left and make the RHS as 0. Now what you have to do is that, now you have to do a1 by a2 whether it is equal to b1 by d2 you have to do. So a1 by a2 will do, a1 by a2 is nothing but what, a1 by a2, that is 2 by 6, and b1 by b2 is 3 by 5. Fine. So a1 by a2, b1 by b2. What about c1 by c2? 7 by 11. So c1 by c2 will be 7 by 11. We got it. Now you have to observe these three things. Now when you observe these three, you have to check whether a1 by a2, this is a2, okay, a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 or not. You can see over here these are not equal. a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2. So we can directly write a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2. Whether it is equal to, no, not at all. So this is 7 by 11. So the system of equation has what? Unique solution, and it is consistent. Remember, it has unique solutions and it is consistent. And what else? The lines will not be parallel. Yeah, that also you have to remember. This will be consistent, and what else? Not parallel lines. This all thing you have to remember. Fine. We have conditions we have discussed in the previous video also. You can check it from there also. Fine. So moving on to the second question is that 6x plus 5y equal to 11. So you have to do, the first step is that you have to shift constant terms towards the left side. So you have to shift the constant terms towards the left side. Minus 11 equal to 0, and 9x plus 15 by 2y minus 21 equal to what? 0. So you have to shift these terms towards the left side. Now what you have to do is that you have to check a1 by a2 whether it is equal to what? b1 by b2 or not. For checking that, we'll see. So a1 is nothing but what? 6. b1 is what? 9. So we can do a1 by a2, that is nothing but 6 by 9, and b1 by b2, that is nothing but what? 5 by 15 by 2. So this will become what? You can shift that side. So 10 by this thing, so it will be 3. This will be 10 by 15. So 2, 3, 5 2s are 5 10s, 5 3s are fine. So 2 by 3, and you can simplify this also. This will be 2 by 3, right? Fine. So this 2, see here. Then do c1 by c2 also. You can see c1 by c2 is nothing but what? 11 by 21, right? So 11 by 21. So you can see over here a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2. In this case it is equal to b1 by b2, but it is not equal to c1 by c2. So in this case we can say that a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2, fine, but it is not equal to c1 by c2. So in this case you have to remember this thing. Fine. So a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is not equal to c1 by c2. In this case, the given system of equation has what? no solution and it is inconsistent. Third case, fine, we have already discussed that, so it is the third case. So solution, it has no solution and it is inconsistent. And one more thing is that the lines, what about the lines? Lines are parallel and non-coincident. Fine, you have to remember all these things. Now moving on to the third question. In third question you have to do the same thing. 3x, this is minus 3x, shift the constant terms towards the left side, so we can say equal to 0. 9 by 2x minus 6y plus 15 by 2 equal to 0. Fine. Now what you have to do, a1 by a2 and b1 by b2 and c1 by c2 you have to find out. So a1 by a2 will do, a1 by a2 is nothing but what, minus 3 by 9 by 2, so minus 3 by 9 by 2, so this will become as what, minus 2 by 3. Fine, you have to solve this. Now b1 by b2 is nothing but what, b1 by b2 will become 4 by minus 6, right, 4 by minus 6. Now we can simplify it, we can write it as 2 by minus 3, right, or we can write minus 2 by 3 also, same thing. Now c1 by c2 you can do, c1 by c2 will be minus 5 by 15 by 2, fine, so that will be minus 2 by 3. So you can observe here, in this case, that is a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 and it is also equal to c1 by c2. So this is the second case. So in the second case, it is that the system of equation has many solution and it is consistent also, has many solution, infinitely many solutions, and lines are coincident. So this thing you have to remember. Fine. So 3 cases you have to study. So I have taken different cases questions. This is for the unique solution, consistent, not parallel lines, and this was the third case where it is inconsistent, no solutions, and are parallel and non-coincident. And what about the third question? In third question, it is second case, that is it is consistent, has infinitely many solutions, and lines are coincident. So these are the case you have to study, and we have discussed the consistency and whether it is inconsistent or not.